Hiya, this is a little video lesson for Fluffy Dragon. He posted a comment on my previous video about what kind of lessons you think are missing from YouTube and what would be kind of useful for you. His question was about the fact that when he's strumming, he kind of, his arm is aching and things like that. So what can he do to avoid that? Well, this is a really difficult and potentially quite a long kind of video on this subject. The first thing I should really stress is if you're in pain, if you're feeling pain, then you've got to really stop. That's really crucial because you're probably doing a lot of damage to your arm or other parts of your body, and probably go and see a physio or a doctor or something like that. That's a really kind of key thing to state. If you're in pain, just stop. There's something fundamentally wrong here, and you're really going to have to go back and analyze what it is about your picking. And part of this pain may come from other activities. If you're a heavy computer user, tablets, things like that, using the mouse for long periods of the day, that's also kind of indicative of problems you might be having when you're strumming. Because if you think about it with guitar playing, most of the action is in this kind of plane here. Your arm is moving like that. Whereas if you're using a computer, your arm is doing that kind of movement, particularly with modern mouses and tablets. So you're putting a lot of stress on this area of the wrist. So it's something you really need to watch out for, because you could get things like repetitive strain injury, and also something like carpal tunnel syndrome, which is you're going to feel a lot of pain here. But if the thing about strumming, and I had to ask what kind of style you're playing. Obviously you're playing kind of speed metal. That's quite an intensive form, so you think of that as sprinting. But like all of these things, think of it as an athlete would. Think of it as if you're doing exercise. You need to slowly warm up into things. You can't just be going at full pelt, 100 miles an hour all the time, because you are going to do yourself some damage. You need to warm up, limber up. Another thing to bear in mind is looking at your posture, making sure all the kind of elements of your shoulder, because it's not only just coming from your wrist and well, it shouldn't be coming from your elbow, but you kind of need to be aligned up here. So making sure you've got good posture in your shoulder, good posture in your arms, standing up straight, those kind of things can help as well. And the key to really good strumming, and it takes time for the muscles to build up if you're new to this, but the key is really just being relaxed. It doesn't matter if you're playing just kind of strummy or playing all those kind of things. You just got to make sure that everything is kind of loose and relaxed. That is the most crucial element to this, because if everything's tense, you're going to cause problems up in your upper arm, in your elbow, and in your wrist, and it's not going to be that effective. So the first thing, and also this is going to help you build up those muscles as well, is just strum out and another thing as well, you've got gravity when you're on your side here, so just letting your arm fall. Everything is kind of loose here. And just kind of build it up. So just trying to keep everything as loose as possible. And like with all kind of muscles, it does take time to develop here, and just trying to keep my wrist as loose as possible. There is obviously a little bit of tension here now because I'm having to pick quite fast, but if you're really kind of thinking about it, then you're really going to struggle there. So just try and relax it out. Just take a deep breath, keep breathing, until it becomes kind of second nature. But kind of always slowly build up into these things. And if you are, like I said, if it's not pain, if it's just muscle ache, your muscles are getting tired, do kind of a 5-minute bout, take a break, go back to going a bit slowly. So think of it as if you were running or something along those lines, where you might sprint for a bit, jog for a bit, walk for a bit. Repeat that over and over and over, and you'll slowly give it a week, 2 weeks. With time, you're slowly going to be able to do that for much longer periods of time as your stamina builds up. Yeah, that's what I say. If that helps, let me know. If you have any more questions, give me a shout and I'll try and answer them for you. Good luck with it.